Peace. What's happening, good people? Stacy Patrice here with day 10. Oh my goodness. Day 10 on my countdown to clarity for my Earth Day celebration. And I'm actually talking to you now on the eve before my Earth Day. And I just decided that I wanted to talk today about celebrations, how to celebrate and how to bring wanderlust into your life, no matter what your budget is, no matter what your previous limitations are, no matter your situation, circumstance. I woke up thinking to myself, oh my gosh, there's so much I have to do because I always consider a new Earth Day as a new year. When the new calendar year comes in, I recognize that as such. It's a new calendar year. But when I'm thinking in terms of what it is that renews me and who I am, I always look at my solar return, which is my the day I was born, which I call my Earth Day because it was the day that, as I know it, I came to Earth. Whatever it is that I've experienced before, all of that knowledge, wisdom, power is with me now. And so all I'm charged with every Earth Day is remembering who that person is and remembering how that person came to be, the stories that that person carries. How do I come alive as that person now? And the first thing I always discover, being a Pisces, being born on March the 5th, the first thing I always discover is that I have so many different selves. So many different selves. And so for me, I am always looking to figure out which one of those people is really me. And I've come to realize in recent years that they're all me. They are all celebrated by me. I am in the world as each of them. And we have to really not take the kind of, schizophrenic approach that having different selves or different satellite personalities, as I call them, or different parts of our being is something that's wrong. We were created absolutely beautifully. And to be able to deal with all these personalities is one thing, to be able to deal with them in a healthy way. But to know that you have them is just the beginning point, it's the beginning stage. So my question to you would be, have you taken inventory of your personalities? Have you looked around and seen what are those different sides of yourself? And you have to really do the work, because if you look at yourself through the eyes of people you've been with, or through the eyes of your family, or through the eyes of what people say about you, you might not get to the same destination. So you want to really do the work and really get to know yourself, really get to be in that loneliness that I constantly speak of is so healthy for you. And find out who you are when no one else is around, who you are when you remember your inner child and the things that you love to do. Who are you at your core without the criticism, without the other things that society adds to your plate? Who are you if you just cut that off and you put a barrier up and you say, that's them, where do I start and where do I end? And some people will say, well, it's all of this. But at the same time, I want you to also think about, where is that beginning point? Where is the point where you start and you end, so that what your job is, or what your charge is here today. With that being said, I am celebrating in Wanderlust because I would love to be able to look at my life as a culmination of everything that's happened up until today. So I don't want to look at my life as, oh, well, I would love to do this, one day soon in the future, except I'm not able to. And it was one birthday about 5 years ago where a friend of mine said to me, you know that you can have whatever you want. You just have to decide that you want it. And, I knew this was true as soon as she said it. I knew it was true before she said it. But perhaps I was feeling a little afraid about calling that energy to me because I didn't know what I would have to do to make it happen. And I wasn't prepared to go on that type of journey. I was just like, well, I know I want it to happen, but what happens if I'm asked to do this? Do I want it that bad? And I told myself in that moment, I'm going to honor everything she's saying right now and roll with it. And I did. And I had an extremely amazing, powerful birthday. And I had more than I could handle, actually. There was a lot of other stuff going on that birthday that I wasn't able to partake in, that I didn't find to be in alignment with where I was. And it was all available to me because of the simple fact that I decided to step into it and say it's about my celebration. So look at your birthday as a celebration, not as a time to be fed externally, not as a time to receive gifts and receive things that you've always wanted. That's one way to look at your birthday. But look at your birthday as the supreme ability to be able, in this moment, for this time, in this year, in this month, to be able to say, I can do whatever it is that I am able to do right now. And some things I don't even think I'm able to do. I'm able to just live my life for the fullness that it is, to be able to live in this present moment, There are things around me all the time that are available to me at this level, whether it's my imagination, whether it's, my fascination, whatever it is, I can enjoy those things and I can make small adjustments and shifts that allow me to be in the space to say, I'm going to do this today. What is my birthday celebration looking like? Well, actually, I've decided that, some people talk about their bucket list and they talk about, oh, I got to do this before I die. And, that's kind of morbid to me. So I don't really like the idea of a bucket list. I do like the idea of finding things that in this moment interest me supremely and serendipitously bumping into them and finding a way to make them happen in this time period. I celebrate my birthday all month. So a day is not enough for all the things that I want to do, can do, and am able to do. So a month is about where it gets before I find some sense of normalcy again. And so, yes, I'm starting right now. This is my month. And I'm going to just treat my city like it's somewhere that I'm visiting. Treat my city like it's somewhere that I have never been before and find out all the wonderful, amazing things in it that are there to experience. And yes, this is like going to be a mental vacation. I won't put myself in a position to not be able to live it full out. So my idea is, how can I create these moments right here, right now? The idea is that it's the internal journey pressed outward. That's the entire concept, the internal journey pressed outward. So the work that I've done for myself, the times that I've had, the things that I've been through, my experiences, my individual, hang-ups, pet peeves, glorious ideas, all of my individual idiosyncrasies and gifts and talents and abilities and desires and fantasies and, things I would like to participate in, people I would like to incorporate. That's really what my birthday is about. And I've been saying this for a full year now. It's really about my tribe. It's really about those people I connect with that are into similar things. And the tribe rolls deep because if you think about it, if you have different selves, if it's not just, you, if there are different personalities that you acknowledge. Like for me, I've got Stacy, I've got Stacy Patrice, I've got Big Stace, I've got what some people call me Sizzler. What up, Tess? I got, all these different personalities. And so Stacy is kind of like the bodhisattva. Stacy is very concerned about people. Stacy is very into what it is that people have going on in their lives and how can Stacy heal the world. And it's a big charge, but Stacy is really concerned with that. Stacy Patrice is this creative maven who's into just exploring herself in full and infinite expressions anywhere, everywhere, USA, anywhere, everywhere, globally, anywhere, everywhere, spiritually, physically. And that person is just unstoppable in terms of just finding new ways to reinvent herself and new ways to create out here in the world. Then we have Big Stace. Big Stace is this warrior personality who really doesn't believe in anything that she can see more than anything that she can't see. If somebody says this is what it is, she says, I doubt it. And it's not that she doesn't trust it. She knows intuitively what is real and what is not, almost on sight. It's not that she ever buys into the illusion. She's not involved in the illusion process. She's very into, getting things accomplished. At the same time, she's sensitive. So there's some emotional type of feedback that may come with her process. She may say some things that people would want her to say, and she may, come at you in a way that you weren't really expecting. But she's very certain about what it is that she needs to do. And she's also extremely protective of people that she loves, people that she knows. And she is fiercely authentic. So, gotta love Big Stace. You can't throw her out. And then finally, Sizzler. Sizzler is she's hot. That's all. That's the only thing you can say about Sizzler. She's hot. And you can take that meaning any way you want. Sizzler is this personality that is just really, her life force energy, creative energy, sexual energy, as we talked about before, is all in sync. And she is just that person that's just pushing that out. She is that person that's like, I don't care what people think. I'm going to be me. It's like she's got a little Madonna in her, little Grace Jones. She's the person that you see modeling. That is Sizzler all day long. I have a lot to consider for a birthday celebration with these 4 people operating in my life, right? So what I am looking to do is I am looking to go on a journey. So I am saying to myself, hey, nothing's going to stop me this week. Nothing is going to stop me this month. Nothing is going to stop me today. One of the most important things I do before any celebration is get everything nice and clean. It's a yoga principle. We call it saucha for purity, cleanliness. And saucha is really about making sure that everything that's in your space is speaking you. Everything that's around you vibrationally is in sync with you. And this is something I do every birthday because for me, I feel like that is the utmost principle that you can carry into a new year. If I'm going to take this internal journey and press it out, and I want this external journey to be about abundance, I want this journey to be about prosperity, I have to live in that right now. I can't wait for it to show up and then say, oh, I think now it's time for me to get my place clean, or it's time for me to get my area in order. So whatever birthday it is, if it's a car, my house, a studio I'm using, my workspace, whatever it is, it's got to get clean. So cleanliness, saucha, purity, this is that principle that brings us back to when things are in balance and in order, and when things are of their most authentic presentation. It's not trying to have more. It's not like I'm going to go out and redecorate. That could be part of it if I feel that's needed. But just having this clean space is enough. But you can't see that in the midst of clutter. So this is priority number one. And it just makes everything go so much smoother, so much more smoothly. Number two, I have to figure out who are the people that are in my space currently that I can identify that I know are part of this celebration. They're in line with it. They are radiating that same type of energy. Who's in the tribe right now that I'm aware of? And that's important to know because those are the people you invite on your journey whenever they want to show up and pop in. If you're doing a month-long celebration, you don't hold them to coming at one particular time. You say, hey, this is what's going on. You can pop in, pop out, but I do want to see you as part of the celebration. Clear your calendar, whatever you need to do. I would love to have you be a part of this wonderful juju that we're creating. And then the other part of that is allowing yourself to express what this journey is and allowing the people that are aligned with it to show up. So the places you pick, the type of venues you patronize, the type of activities that you select, how you get there. Is it, a trolley? Is it a bus? Is it a cab? These are the different type of things I think about is, how can you make this majestic journey so that you're not finding yourself in this state of, I don't know how I got here, what went wrong today, those type of things. And then when I advertise it, so for instance, I might say on Facebook, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is my law of attraction for my birthday. I usually put a folder together that has all the pictures of all the things that I choose to do for this coming Earth Day. And when I put that list together, I just like people to put in a comment, yeah, I'm down for this one. See you there. Let me know. Or, whatever. They can just jump in. And it might not be people I would think would be interested, but it's an opportunity to meet new people. It's an opportunity to meet people again in this new space. It's an opportunity for other people to take risks and chances and to jump in and just be serendipitous with this process. Number three is I usually try to find some type of active service that I want to do. What is going to be my active service this year? Not sure yet. I'm sure I'll wake up with it tomorrow. But the idea is to find some type of way that I can give back and just make it natural. I don't want to plan it, plot it, think about it, write it out, send out a letter. I don't want to do any of that. I'm not there this year. I would like to just allow it to happen. When something is speaking to me, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be something that in that moment, I'll know what it is and I'll act on it immediately. But I do encourage you for your Earth Day celebration to find that one thing. Just leave yourself at mercy to the universe and say, I'm going to let one thing move me in a way that I haven't moved in this past year. I'm going to open up this Earth Day with that random act of service. And if you can do more than one, that's fine. Some people like to do as many acts of service for the years that they've been alive. So for instance, if this was your 18th birthday, you do 18 random acts of service. I think we're on number 4. This particular thing I have to do is I have to cultivate my energy. So I know that somewhere in this Earth Day celebration, there will be private times, there will be group times, there will be very public times. But I know I have to look and say, what is the thing that you need to do to get your energy at its highest peak? It's like building up your immune system. When you do so many great, wonderful things for yourself, you kind of become immune to BS. You don't really find that other people's stuff interferes into your life the way that it would if you're already depleted, or if you haven't had enough rest, or if you just haven't been around the right energy. So what are those things that I can do? And for me, I have an entire toolkit of things that I like to do when I like to build up my energy. So I'm going to dip into that toolkit come tomorrow and start, working on those different things and how I can radiate that shine from the inside out, how I can press outward in my own space without anyone else being a factor. And then lastly, the celebration. I'm not drinking. I'm on a drinking fast, actually. I just decided at the top of the calendar year, like, there's no reason to drink. I know what I feel like afterwards. I'm doing yoga. I'm doing a lot of different things. I have a 3-year-old. I need to have time to wake up and be able to get right into my day, be able to feel what I feel like without, that type of stimulant or, some people depressant. But, using the drinking experience as some type of crutch, as I can only be this way when I drink, or I can only feel or think these things or say these things when I'm drinking. And that was already not true. There have been times I've been out and people are like, man, you must have had a great drink. I haven't had nothing. I ain't had a drink. Ain't had a drink in months. But that energy is still there because that's who I am at my core. It doesn't happen with a drink. A drink is just a convenient excuse for me to say, oh, I've been drinking. I was a live wire. But I'm not afraid of being a live wire. I'm not afraid of being the livest person in the room. I'm not afraid when you're sitting in a Chicago crowd and people are doing, they're honoring the person on stage, and that's very nice. For me to come out and be like, woohoo! I'm not afraid to do that. And so it's like, if I'm not afraid to do that, then why do I need a drink? I don't need any encouragement, actually. Actually, being on a drink kind of brings me down a little bit. It actually has me gel out and has me sit back and, just kind of be like, oh, this wine is great. And I really don't like that. I like Stacy. I am comfortable with Stacy, so I'm going to be Stacy. So no drinks. And so the foods that I put into my body and the experiences that I create are all really important. So art, music, some type of support of other artists. For me, photography, yoga. I'll probably create something fashionable. I don't know if it'll be some more jewelry or if I'll create an outfit. All of my passions, all the things that are in here have to press out. And this is the perfect time to celebrate in that way. How can you press that out? How can you show what that looks like? And it's the most rewarding thing to do. It's the best experience to have because you are feeling some kind of way about yourself. And it's a true celebration. If no one shows up, if everyone shows up, if a celebrity shows up, or if the news shows up, you are having a great time regardless. It's like something in your head, and it's like a surprise to everyone else, and you can't wait to go out and do it. And so you just have fun. You just do some things, man. And vacations are great. This year, it was not in the cards for me to go on a vacation. It was more important for me to handle some things at home. And I am so glad that I stepped into that powerfully. I have a great friend of mine who's flying in. I hope to see her really, really soon. It's my girl. What up, Tiff? And I also have great friends here who everybody has seen me with over the past year. And, these friends are really important to me. They're really people that I want to feel their presence and their energy and just share in this moment with them. We're just celebrating this vibration of great character. We're celebrating how our different personalities come together, merge and mesh into this wonderful concoction, this wonderful gumbo that we all can dip in and enjoy. And I think that, us living in each other's presence makes each of us sharper, makes each of us more excited and more deliberate about what we do and about how we live. I decided at the top of the year, the theme for my 2013 would be adornment, indulgence, discernment, and definitely being intentional. And these words have been popping up everywhere I go. Different people have been saying them. I've seen them on, different pieces of print. I've seen them in my Facebook stat. These words have been popping up. And the reason I chose them is because they all feel extremely juicy to me. They feel like what it is that is missing, what needs to be happening. And, the adornment piece is just about wherever you are, whatever you are, just find that regal air. Put it on. Try it on. Wear it. Even if your regal air is a different style than something you've ever seen before, just put it on. But really find that thing that reminds you of who you are, that reminds you of what you know. Discernment is just about being able to look at different options and being able to say, that's not the same as that. People might say these are the same. It's not the same. It's what we do every day when we choose who to support, what to purchase, and all these different things. We think that they're all the same. All parties are not created equal. People would say, oh, it's going to be a party this Saturday, going to play some music. I don't want to be at that party. I want to be at the party where I know the DJ cares about the crowd. The DJ is as invested in the crowd as I am, as in having a good time and coming out of my house and getting dressed and going to dance. The people that are there are invested in having a good time. The venue is invested in making sure everything is efficient and flows properly so everyone can have a good time. And a lot of people don't think of these things. They're thinking about that money. They're thinking about what it is that I need to do so I can get paid. And I'll invite people to come to that too. And I'm not interested in that. And it's okay. There's an audience for that. I'm not that audience. So that discernment is really, 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 really important. It's that layer of pure discernment, decisiveness. Like, this is what it is, and I'm serious about it. So that is definitely something. As far as indulgence, indulgence is just that little sweet part of yourself that says, no matter what I have, I got to make it just savory. I just got to make it satiate whatever it is I imagine. My imagination and my reality need to be linked. They need to be linked. So if I imagine, oh, it's this beautiful place and it has this nice vibe and it has these beautiful pillows and flowers and ornate hangings and it has this beautiful bright light and it's comfortable and warm and cozy and inviting. If that's what I feel, I need to turn my living room into that place, or I need to look and go and look at different venues, galleries, and find that place. It doesn't mean I need to spend a lot of money. It doesn't mean I need to gather a lot of people. It just means I need to experience that. So to me, indulgence is about the experience. It's about having all of those wonderful things that invigorate all of your senses and make you feel alive in this presence. And then lastly, being intentional is just what I said. It's being intentional. It's about knowing what it is that you want out of life and making sure that you're always on the path to getting that you're not straying in some way because of some reason, excuse, idea away from what it is that you want. It's always going right to what you want. It's always standing in the face of what you want and saying, hi, I'm here. It's really what we do. When we see an opportunity and we're interested in it, we go right to it. We don't waste any time. We will get out of bed earlier than we usually do. We will tell people no when we usually tell them yes. We will do whatever we need to do. That is the type of intentionality that we need to have with everything that we do. We need to have that type of presence and that type of drive to get it done. And that type of drive comes from saying, I have all of this wonderfulness at my disposal. What am I doing with it? If I have the space, it's yours. If I have, something that I can give, it's yours. I know that I may not have it, in the way that I would love to have it, but you don't have it in the way you would love to have it. And I got enough that I can give you what you want in the way that you want to have it. If I'm in that presence of space and knowing that it's important for everyone to feel that, because I have felt that people have given to me things and their blessings, and it's just extreme grace that people have given me the exact things that I need when I need them. They have said, Stacy doesn't mean no harm. She's a dreamer. Let me go ahead and gift this to this young lady. And they've done that. And people have done that for years, for my entire life. I can't remember a time my life was not like that. And so for me to be able to do that for somebody else is great. But I have to know that their intention is lined up, because if I'm giving something, I'm going to give it my all. I can't half-ass it, which means they can't half-ass it, which means I've got to give my all, and whatever they decide to do with it after we're done is great. But in that moment, it's the most important thing that's going on. And that is where I am, and that's who I am. So this is my birthday prelude. This is my celebration to my year of abundance and prosperity, adornment, discernment, indulgence, and being intentional. I hope you have some type of idea of what your celebration is about. If not, use this, try this on, and see how this fits for what it is that you want to celebrate. A vision board never hurts. I used to do vision boards professionally for people and help people get into their vision. And we can always talk about that. If you want to email me, or if you want to hit me up, stacypatrice.com is the website. And we can talk about that. Maybe you need some tips or pointers of how to get in. Maybe you need spiritual coaching. I'm working with a couple of people now and helping coach them through some of their issues, some of their problems, so that they can get to the heart of who they are and press it out. So if you need that, if you want that, Big Stacy's here. Stacy is definitely here. Stacy Patrice is showing up here. And if you're careful, I may let you sample a little bit of Sizzler so that you know what it looks like when it happens in your life. All right? Talk to you soon. Thank you so much. And leave comments below as usual. I hope to see some of you on the birthday exploits. For those of you that I don't see, I know you're there in spirit. I know you're working on your own plans. I'm not offended. It's all good. I hope you're building something wonderful. You're creating your own juju in your life. And thank you so much for taking this time to listen. This means so much to me for you all to listen to what I have to say, because it's something I've been wanting to share with you all for a very long time. Thanks again for the emails, everything. I have total gratitude for your attention, your time, and your presence. Love you. Peace. Namaste. And keep the grace in your life starting now. Peace.